the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Hey everyone, I hope you're paying attention because what I'm going to say is incredibly messy, disrespectful, and jaw-dropping. Dropping it could cause the internet to crash once more. Rem, not only is she trending, but she's spiraling, which is why Claressa Shields just smiled while confirming on camera that she intends to have a child with Papo. Yes, the same Papoose who is still legally married to Remy Ma and not separated or divorced. How did we get here, everyone? This isn't just another celebrity romance. Triangle, don't go anywhere because this story is deep, dirty, drippy, tripping, and dramatic. This is warfare disguised as motherhood. Claressa didn't hint or tease. Instead, she sent it loud and proud, as if she were announcing a championship fight. Remy's word on the street is that she broke down emotionally, breaking trust and breaking glass. Let's face it, when a woman loses her man and learns that a baby is on the way, it's an attack on her entire existence. Apparently, stealing a man isn't enough these days. You also need to plant roots, raise legacies, and send a direct nuclear missile to the ex-wife's heart with the baby announcement. Just when we thought the Remy Ma Claressa love triangle had peaked, Claressa Shields said, "Hold on, hold my microphone. Let's go back in time for the lost souls in the back." We're talking about Remy Ma rap legend Bronze Royalty, the ride-or-die wife who supported Papoose during his peak, his slump, and yes, even now. Everyone said that if Remy and Papoose couldn't make it, there wouldn't be any hope left in the world because they were the epitome of black love and wore matching clothing. Supposedly Remy's worst fear, Claressa Shields is an unbeaten boxing champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist. Quiet murmurs and the occasional shady post were the beginning of their drama, but Claressa quickly rose from a supporting role to the primary antagonist. When Rye and Papa's marriage hit a rough patch, Claressa stepped in like it was the first round of a title fight, but instead of gloves, she brought lashes, a lace front, and a strategy. Is the moment that made Claressa famous. Yes, it was at the same party that Papoose shocked everyone by publicly proposing to her, as if Remy had never existed. The internet nearly exploded with memes, thoughts about the death of loyalty, and jests, but Remy remained silent. She publicly expressed her sadness inside her, leaving the party early with no makeup and just a black hoodie and look that said, "I wish the asterisk would." Fast forward to a few days ago, when Claressa sat down for an interview, looking composed and elegant, sipping sparkling water as if she hadn't just destroyed someone's long-dead marriage. Then, as if she were ordering dessert, she replied, "Yes, we're planning to start a family, boom, match drop." Remy's name is still legally on the marriage license, and twice the cameraman coughed, causing the entire internet to freeze. A baby and a whole child with the Papoose weren't just bold, they were nuclear. Claressa didn't announce a relationship. Instead, she announced a bloodline shift, taking not just Remy's man, but also the future. Remy likely dreamed of the family, the legacy, the headlines, and let's not forget, this is the same Claressa who once advised followers to keep to themselves. The situation is getting worse. According to sources close to the situation, by close, we mean nosy cousins with screenshot fingers, because she pays them and then drives the car right through Remy's lane while honking twice. According to one source, Remy was so shocked by the news that she locked herself in her dressing room for hours before canceling an appearance at a private event. Ray had no idea this was coming. The baby talk, the family plans, and everything went completely wrong. After seeing the video go viral on Twitter, Gala claimed to have smashed her phone. Speaking of Twitter, social media went into meltdown mode within an hour of the interview, with fans posting throwbacks of Remy and Papoose wedding, present visits, and years of loyalty. People were essentially writing digital eulogies for their marriage. She gave him everything, and after reading one tweet, he gave her this. Other people weren't so kind. Claressa was defended by some as a queen who knows what she wants. One user tweeted, "Why are you mad that she won?" Another user said, "Let's be honest, if he was so in love, he wouldn't have left." As for Papoose Cricket's total radio silence, not a post, quote, or even a reaction gif. Some claim he's keeping quiet to avoid the backlash, while others claim he's keeping low because he knows he made a big mistake. And if the rumors are accurate, this pregnancy plan has been going on for a while, then we may be witnessing one of the most calculated public betrayals in recent hip-hop history. All right, let's move on. According to a leaked message thread between Claressa and her manager, she was prepared to begin building with Papoose as early as 3 months ago. That's right, 3 months ago, which also coincides with the time that Remy and Papoose were allegedly working on their marriage behind closed doors. The drama doesn't end there, though, because according to yet another source, this time a former assistant who worked events for both Claressa and Remy, backstage tension has been building for months. The assistant claims Remy knew something was wrong when Papoose started skipping studio sessions and turning his location off during trips. Remy was attempting to make things right while Claressa was planning a family. The last straw was discovered in the glove box, a receipt for a custom baby charm necklace, not for Remy or their daughter, but allegedly for Claressa, that had been left out by accident or by someone trying to get caught. Now that the baby plan is official, Remy's silence is growing louder. There has been no official statement, no rebuttal interview, and no shady subtweets. However, if the expression on her face outside that club last Friday is any indication, Remy is finished being quiet because the fight is just getting started. And just when we thought this story couldn't get any worse, it did. Claressa's interview about her baby announcement served as the catalyst, but within 24 hours of her clip going live, social media detectives got to work, and let's just say that the streets have receipts with timestamps. First, an anonymous source posted a screen capture of a private Claressa Instagram story. A verified gossip page shared screenshots of a FaceTime call purportedly between Claressa and a posh baby boutique in the video, which was never made public but was purportedly screen recorded by one of her close friends. In the clip, you can hear Claressa off-camera gambling while someone, clearly Papoose, is heard saying, "You better not let anyone know we're already trying." What? Trying who? We all know what that means, but hold on, it gets better or worse depending on who you're rooting for. When the shop owner says, "You're planning early," Miami is seen pointing at cribs and asking about gender-neutral aesthetics. She responds, "I like to be ready before the internet starts talking too late." Meanwhile, the Remy M team remained silent, but not for long, as R's publicist abruptly posted a mysterious Instagram story with a black screen and white text, no tags, no context, just 5 terrifying words. "You really thought you won the internet, but you lost it." A leaked audio message purportedly between Papoose and an unidentified friend hit the blogs just as the dust was beginning to settle, and people began decoding it as if it were a Bayam lyric. Was it a warning, a threat, or a prelude to a diss track? TikTokers were acting out the entire drama as if it were Shakespeare, and fan accounts began creating entire timelines about how Papoose went from husband to hype man. Then came the last straw. Remy Ma's sister, yes, her real-life sister, went on Instagram live for 23 minutes of unfiltered, PR-free smoke. She said things like, "I'm in deep, bro. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I didn't realize she would take it public like that." Claressa the Blob ran wild. Papoose regretted the baby drama trended on Twitter for 6 straight hours, and YouTubers dropped emergency live streams. Charlamagne even gave it a donkey of the day. The most famous part of the live Rooney isn't CED loading boom. It was probably when Mike dropped that line, which became the basis for merchandise memes, ringtone audios, and even TikTok audio. My sister knew she tried to save her marriage anyhow, and now she had to wake up to baby talk. And Papoose should be ashamed of himself. This isn't just disrespect, it's humiliation. You don't publicly build a family with your rebound while your wife still wears the ring you gave her. Papoose isn't property. If he moved on, that's his choice, and Claressa clapped back, calling Remy bitter, outdated, and unable to accept that she was outplayed in one Twitter thread. Remy's remixes, loud emotional tone, and even petitions demanding protection for Black women in toxic industry relationships were traumatic, effective, and yes. However, a third group called Team Papoose is trash appeared, and they brought digital torches. They accused Papoose of filth, calling him a career freeloader and the biggest disappointment in hip-hop. Papoose wrote all those bars about loyalty, only to fumble it for a sad gender reveal. Now, everywhere you look, the story keeps changing from treachery to sympathy, from scandal to strategy, and here's the twist. No, it's not just about love. It's about control, power, and leverage. As one might expect, a stylist who worked with Claressa last week is saying that the baby plan announcement wasn't even real. According to the stylist's anonymous tip to the Shaw Click, Claressa was never really pregnant and isn't even actively trying. But the tip claimed it was PR. She knew Remy was starting to talk to him again, so she had to stop that with something Remy couldn't. Anticipating a story even if it hasn't happened yet, which brings us back to Remy. Although she remained largely silent, she was seen at a recent industry dinner wearing a face-beat dress and flawless hairstyle like it was Grammy weekend. She didn't say anything, just a look that said, "You may think I'm down, but I'm not done." You can guess who was with her. A tall, well-dressed mystery man. By sunrise, people are already speculating as to whether Remy is recovering or planning something. We'll pick up in part 3 because this fout is just getting started. So baby rumors leave audio viral live streams, shady stylists, and a whole culture watching like it's the Super Bowl of betrayal. She's finally about to share her side of the story because one thing is for sure, the Remy who smiled through betrayal is gone. Now the question isn't just what did Claressa do, but what is Remy about to do next? Since baby Remy Ma is done playing the role of a silent victim, let's start with the legal aspect. Several sources have confirmed that Ray has consulted her legal team, and not just for divorce proceedings. We're talking about defamation, slander, emotional distress, and even an alleged restraining order request. This is because it appears that Rune's legal team is claiming that Clara's recent media appearances were planned to provoke a public outburst that could affect Remy's brand deals, endorsements, and professional image. If you think that sounds dramatic, you haven't seen the documents. A legal letter purportedly written by Remy's lawyer was posted on blogs, claiming that Claressa made deliberate public statements intended to harm the lawful spouse's emotional health. That sentence alone sent Twitter into a tailspin, but while Remy was meeting with attorneys, Claressa was securing brand deals. Yes, you read correctly. Claressa reportedly signed 3 new brand deals after her baby announcement went viral. These included a wellness brand that offered prenatal vitamins, a baby clothing line that sought to work with the Boxing Mom campaign, and a reality TV development deal that was purportedly called Fighter Fund Future Mom. The audacity was astounding, but it didn't last long in Hollywood, as 2 of Claressa's longtime sponsors, a luxury fashion brand and a sports strength company, went public the day after the announcement. After a few suspicious clicks, you'll notice that both brands removed her name from their official press kits. This is because, according to reports, corporate doesn't want to get involved in the kind of scandal that ends up on every shaving blog in the nation, especially when the public is firmly supporting Remy Ma, who, let's not forget, built her legacy from prison bars to Billboard charts with raw talent and ride-or-die loyalty. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the hip-hop community is choosing S, and it's becoming political fat show. Claimed to have completely cut off communication with Papo in a since-deleted tweet, writing that some men don't deserve those who ride for them. In a surprising turn of events, Cardi B allegedly reached out to Remy privately, offering support and advising her to remain strong because real wins don't need to rush, but not everyone's team is Remy. A few female rappers have defended Claressa, saying that she's being unfairly maligned for wanting a future with someone she loves. The final leak appeared online, a private email exchange purportedly between Remy's manager and a producer at a major TV network discussing a tell-all series. The title cracked the Remy story, and the project would feature sit-down interviews, exclusive footage, and even moments from the day she found out. An underground artist even tweeted you all supporting Remy, saying that she didn't do easy dirty last year, letting Claressa be happy, woo. After days of silence, Papoose finally decided to speak up. He shared a black and white selfie with the caption, "Growth is painful and truth is ugly, but both are necessary." The same emails also mention a full emotional arc of redemption through resilience, the possibility of a follow-up music project, and a guest who might be executive producing it. You guessed it, Remy's sister, the same one who went live last week. With memes, clown emojis, and comparisons to Tristan Thompson, the fans dubbed him brave. However, the real twist was that Remy unfollowed him, not just on Instagram. According to real-life sources, Remy Ma has moved out of their shared house and into a luxurious apartment in Lower Manhattan. She reportedly told friends that it's not about revenge anymore, but about peace, and she has nothing left to give him and Claressa. Her most recent story featured a boomerang of her and Papoose clinking glasses, with the caption building ours, unbothered. However, that smile appears a little forced, and the hand placement is not as tight, because even when you win the man, you still have to live with the mess. Now people are wondering if this was a PR disaster or a power move. Did Claressa win, or was it just a way to speed up her backlash? Will Remy emerge from this with a platinum record and a documentary series? This wasn't just a scandal, it was a collapse, a takedown, and a front-row seat to the unraveling of a love story that once served as the model for Black love in hip-hop. All it took was one woman, one ring, and one baby plan too many. Now that the tea has been spilled, the ring has been snatched, and the baby rumors are out in the open, leaving us with the burning question of who actually won in this situation. We're not just watching a scandal, we're watching a strategic collapse, a brand war, and possibly even the trailer for the most toxic reality show of the year. So is it Claressa out there, blowing, smirking, and allegedly choosing baby names with a man who may or may not still be legally married? Or is she emotionally broken but planning something bigger behind closed doors with an industry comeback that could turn her pain into platinum? The gossip blogs are the only true winners. Now that we've read everything, we're asking you, should Remy get the final say in a full diss track, or should you just keep quiet and collect checks? Should Claressa be praised for pursuing her goals or chastised for ending a marriage? Should Papoose even be permitted to speak again, or should he just sit in a corner with a pair of AirPods and think? If you want more exclusive scoops, leak footage breakdowns, and viral videos, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. You already know what to do, such as commenting and subscribing to the Gossip Leak 5, where the truth is always twisted, the drama is constantly loud, and nobody, I repeat, no one, is off easy until the next time. The drama is hotter than Remy's missing engagement ring. Even closer to your ex-wife's publicist. Out.